92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update should be interesting. We're doing a second date update for somebody who doesn't even listen to the show.
Oh, so she has good taste. Okay.
I know, right? Well, she describes herself as an artist, so I can imagine and I understand why she doesn't listen to our morning show. But apparently, like, one of her friends told her what we do in the second date update. She emailed in and asked us to do a second date update for her. Paige, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for emailing us. Appreciate the recommendation from your friend to have us do a second date update. So you've never listened to us before?
No.
She laughs. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I do not.
Well, I heard good things.
Well, you describe yourself as an artist. I'm assuming you're probably not even up usually this time in the morning.
I actually get up 5 in the morning. What time do you get up?
Oh.
A little earlier than that, but if I didn't have to be here at the station, I wouldn't be getting up till like noon.
Okay.
I appreciate you emailing us. Your email was very interesting. You met a guy named Matt online, right?
Yeah, which
All right.
is another rare thing for me to do.
It is a rare thing for you to do. Now, so you describe yourself as a free spirit and kind of an artist. Like, what's your medium?
I do sculptures.
Sculptures.
Yeah, I'm really in touch with my hands and the body and movement. And, so when I meet someone, I'm spiritually connected to that person, not just a physical attraction.
Okay.
Now, Paige, can I just ask? My friend calls herself a free spirit, which just means that she's unemployed. Is that you?
I don't have a 9 to 5, if you want to say that. I do sell my artwork, but I don't live by the boss man.
Nice.
I live for
Nice.
myself.
Okay.
Good for you. No,
Yeah.
that's great. I would love to be able to make money just from, being in with touch with the body and putting my hands over it.
Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunately, nobody pays me for that.
They tell him to leave, actually.
So you say that you feel like a strong connection with people. Did you feel a strong connection with Matt? Is that why you decided to email our morning show to call him?
Yeah, I really did feel a strong connection. We had a great date. We went all around Seattle downtown, and those old Polaroid cameras, where they take a picture and you get it right away, those Kodaks?
Yeah.
I've heard stories.
You guys know those, right? Well, I have one.
Okay.
And that's my thing. I love seeing people's expressions, like real people, not just models that are sick, skinny. I want to see
Right.
80-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 5-year-olds laughing. So Matt and I were going around and taking pictures of random people, and we handed it to them, and he thought it was great.
Did you get anybody mad at you? Like, not a lot of people like just having their picture taken randomly.
I'm used to getting random looks from people because I am who I am and I do crazy things, so I don't care about that. So, yeah, people gave us looks, of course.
You got to be you, right?
Gotta be me, and I love it. And he liked it, too.
Paige, you are incredibly passionate. I can tell by just the way that you're telling the story.
Right? You've already made me passionate about Polaroids, which I didn't think could
I
happen.
am, and I take that as a compliment. Anything that I do, I'm 100% passionate about.
So you and Matt went around town, took pictures of strangers with your camera, and gave it to them. And if I were to go on a date like that, I'm just going to be honest with you, Paige, it would kind of be a little strange for me. I'd be like, this is kind of a weird date.
Oh, and I get that reaction many times, so that's why he wasn't like that, and that's why I thought we had a connection. He thought I was a really cool chick, and he never thought any girl would have the balls to go up to someone and just take a picture. So I thought he dug me.
So is that what you did the whole date, just walk around town?
No. So we're having fun. We're taking pictures. I'm like, you know what? I don't want this night to end. Let's go back to my place. I want to show you my sculptures. So I have them. I kind of live in this loft that is just filled with all these tons of my sculptures. So we went up. We had some drinks, kind of dancing and listening to music and
Right.
looking at my work. And then all of a sudden, he's kind of like, I got to go, And I was like, oh, okay. So we gave a hug, kissed me on the cheek, and it's been like 10 days and nothing.
Nothing.
Not one email. I texted him 3 times. It's not who I am. Like, I don't want to beg for love, but I liked him. I had a connection with him. And he reads them. I see that it's read on the text message.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song. Come back. We'll call him and get your second date update, okay?
All right, good.
All right. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Lots of text coming in at 78592 that says Paige sounds like a female guru.
Ah, yes.
And it does. Guru describes himself as a free spirit, too. Paige, I know you're unfamiliar with who Guru is. He's a listener to our show, has done some second date updates. He also describes himself as a free spirit. His problem in dating is the people that he dates aren't necessarily free spirits. Now, you emailed us about a guy named Matt. Is Matt sort of the same type of person as you, or is he more of like a straight-laced dude and you're kind of free spirit and maybe that might have scared him off?
When I first met him, I thought he was a straight-laced kind of dude, but after like a couple hours of getting to know each other, I thought he was kind of cool, and I felt when we were together, he became so positive and happy.
Okay. Well, we'll call him right now. And so he was enjoying your date, though. Okay, if people are just tuning in, Paige took Matt out around town taking pictures of random people with a Polaroid camera, and then you went back to your place to show him your sculptures that you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he seem impressed with your artwork, or?
I have about 50 sculptures in my house alone, so I think it was a shock at first that I had so much artwork, but then he was amazed.
Okay.
Museum.
All right, so we'll call him right now, see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Yo, this is Matt.
Hey, Matt, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5.
The radio station?
Yep. Do you listen to our show at all?
I mean, no offense, every once in a while.
Everyone, okay. It's fine. I'm not offended. Trust me. I listen every once in a while. I'm here all the time. And I tune in occasionally. Listen, we're calling you today because you recently went out on a date with a girl who's been wondering why you're not calling her back. So we are calling on her behalf to ask if there's something that she did wrong on the date.
Oh, my. Is this Paige?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man.
Did you not like Paige?
No, it's not really like a question of... Have you met her?
We've talked to her on the phone, and she told us about your...
What else do you need to know, bro? I don't know.
I mean, was the date good?
Okay, her idea of a date is going up to strangers and kind of like scaring them.
All right, Matt. Well, we talked to her, and she told us about your date. How she took along the camera, and you guys were taking pictures. She said that you were really into it. She said you started off kind of against it, but at the end of the time, you're like, "Oh, this is awesome, taking pictures with random strangers."
It was the most uncomfortable, like, 3 hours of my life.
Oh,
Really?
The worst. No. But it was one of those things where it was like, I don't know. You know how like when you're a kid and you go over to some kid's house that's like super weird and like like you have the play date is supposed to last like 3 hours and you know you can't leave and it's just like you're just stuck there.
Yeah, I remember those days. That's what it felt like.
It's like when you have a nightmare. Period.
Oh.
Just that's it.
End of story.
Wow. All right. All right. Well, Matt. Okay. Why'd you go back to her house then? Because she was telling us about the date, and she said after you did all that, you went back to her house. Why not just make an exit?
Anything to get out of public. Anything.
Okay.
And I needed a drink.
Hey, Matt. I appreciate you being honest with us. I do want to tell you that Paige is actually on the line right now and has been listening to what you just said.
Oh, man.
Listen, I want you to hear yourself. I need you to really listen to your voice. You have to calm down. Your negative attitude towards life has to stop now.
I agree.
Do you hear me, Matt? Matt, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Because you and I,
you guys see what I'm
right now,
talking
I
about?
know I'm not in the same room with you, but you need to smile for me.
Now, I understand, Paige. Hey, I'm with you on this. Paige, I'm with you on this. I think...
Open up his chakras right now.
Yeah, no. Seriously.
Open up his chakras. He needs to smile. I know his heart is not smiling right now.
No.
He has to.
Paige, he sounds very shut off, and I agree with you, and I think he's being a little negative. How do you feel about what he just said, though?
I'm actually pretty calm right now. I understand that, it was a little pressure, so we had... Right now, that negative energy, it's because I'm not in the room with him. If I were in the room with him, we would do some meditation. I would center his chakras, and we would be in a much better place. And that's my point. He needs me. It's not something that I want. It's something that we need for each other.
Whoa.
Guys,
Matt.
you gotta help me out here.
Hey, Matt, I'm on Paige's side here. I think that, she makes you better.
No, dude.
All right,
Thank you.
Dude,
And I
I'll
think
tell you what, I think you're a good person, and I'm sorry that I'm not returning your calls. I wish I didn't have to say this to you, but I'm just not interested, and I'm sorry. You kind of scare me.
Is it because you're not circumcised? Is that why?
What?
What did you say, Paige?
What?
This is very important. Tell me right now. Is it because you're not circumcised?
Oh, my God.
What does that
What-
have anything to do
I
with
went
it?
to sculpt him. No, you need to know. I went to sculpt you. I wanted to sculpt you. You have a
Oh, my
beautiful body.
God.
I wanted you to take off your clothes so I could sculpt you, and you got all shy.
Yeah, she
and
wanted me
the only
to
thing
strip down
I could
and like
think
let her
of.
sculpt me.
Paige, did you hear the part where Matt just said that he's a little bit scared of you?
I think that he's
No,
scared
this
of
is what I'm
himself.
telling you guys. She's gotten that thing that most of us have, where you would like pick up on that. She doesn't. I'm telling you, she doesn't have it. We could do this for hours.
So,
I understand that you're trying to be cool in front of people right now, and that's an insecurity that you have that we need to work
Oh
on.
my God.
Paige, I don't think you understand what dating is. It's not like an art project. You asked me to get naked on the first date in like a non-sexual context. That's weird.
yeah, I got to point that out in a non-sexual way. Had it been in a sexual way, Paige, he might have got naked for you.
But those 3 hours that we had, you changed as a person, and I just want you to see that. And maybe we just need to drink wine tonight, and let's talk about it, just you and I, and let's just really see if we have something, because I think that we do.
Does this not seem weird to you guys that like I'm saying no? I've said no like 4 different times in 4 different ways, and it's just what I don't understand what's going on.
You said, Matt, I hear your words saying no, but I, much like Paige, hear your heart
Oh, come on.
saying yes.
Dude, come on, come on, listen to me.
The heart speaks louder.
The heart does speak louder, right? The heart does speak louder than words.
No, everybody's
You're
allowed
doing it on purpose. You're trying to get a laugh, but that's not honestly like you go. If you're so interested and you think she's such a good person, and you go on a date with her, and then I'll interview you next week.
Turn the tables, okay. Well, Matt, I would love to ask you right now if you will go out on a second date with Paige. I will pay for it. I'd be more than happy to.
I'll one up you there, brother. I'll ask you if you want to go out on a date with Paige, and I'll pay for it.
I have to check my schedule.
And your girlfriend.
I'm very busy, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Paige, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to go out with you anyway.
Oh!
Is it because I already have a strong spirit animal and everything else. Like, I'm strong
Yeah.
inside, so I don't need you to better me like Matt does, right?
Well, the type of job you have, I mean, there's a lot. There's just, I need someone more down to earth.
All right. I don't know how this got on me about being down to earth. This is about Matt not being able to connect with you, Paige.
Your chakras are too bright, Jubal.
Yeah.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Let's rave.
Bread and butter wines pair with the life moments you love, offering a rich and jammy Cabernet Sauvignon, a silky smooth Pinot Noir, and a buttery Chardonnay. Bread and butter wines are delicious. Find bread and butter wines in your favorite store.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
We've done so many second dates. I would say each one tends to fall into a certain category.
Okay, yeah.
Like there's the drunken one-night stands.
Oh, for sure. A lot of those.
There's the blind date that was set up through friends.
Always a disaster.
More rare, but we
Yeah.
get a lot of those.
And sometimes we get a lick date,
Lick?
what?
Like
where a couple
with your-
licks each other's faces for hours.
No, I've never heard of that.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. No, that was just a dog video I just watched.
Oh. What?
A really good one on YouTube. It must have still been in my head.
Huh?
But no, back to the second date update. One of my favorites is the old school high school crush date.
Oh. It's kind of like redemption after
Yeah.
having a crush for so many years, and then you finally get to go out.
That's
You're just
right.
like lucky they're not married yet.
And that's what's happening today with one of our listeners named Noah. He's been looking to reunite with an old classmate.
Oh, Noah.
Noah, you found me.
No,
I'm here. I am ready for you.
dude.
Are you calling about Jeffrey, Noah?
Hey guys, no, I'm not calling about Jeffrey. Not this time.
Okay.
Oh.
See, you must
Okay.
have been rich.
Yeah,
I
because
don't-
he went to a rich private school.
I don't want
so-
you either, Noah.
Okay.
Forget you.
Jeffrey gets all mad.
Okay, whatever.
Who are you calling about, Noah?
Yeah, who's this person that's so much better?
It's not Jeffrey.
Okay, so there's this girl that I've known forever, and we went to high school together, and
Can I interrupt? Noah, does she have a name?
her name's Anna.
Okay. All right,
right.
Anna. So you went to high school with Anna.
Anna, Noah, I like the flow.
Uh-huh.
The flowa.
So
Yeah.
how did you end up reconnecting with Anna?
Well, I mean, we dated in high school, and she moved away. She went to school.
Oh, you guys actually dated in high school. It wasn't just a crush.
I guess what I mean by date was more in my mind.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
not,
okay.
that's not weird at all.
Well, it does count.
No,
It
if that's the
doesn't.
case,
Yeah, it
I'm
does.
dating Sofia Vergara right now.
Hey,
I'm dating her.
For us lonely guys in high school, it counts.
Okay, in high school.
Don't you dare discredit us.
In high school, maybe.
I feel
no
you, Noah.
way, dude. I was a lonely girl in high school. I was trying to get anybody to make out with me, and it didn't count. Okay?
Oh.
Didn't count at all.
All right, well, so you didn't actually date in high school, but you were able to reconnect years later. How did that happen?
So she would come home, like I said, she's in college pretty far away. She would come home for the holidays.
Okay.
And while she was home, we would hang out.
Oh, yeah.
And so one of the places that we actually met up one night was this local bar that a bunch of friends would always hang out at.
Okay. I mean, this all sounds typical. I think we've all lived this story, right?
Yeah, but is this your date that you're talking about, or is this just how you reconnected?
So this was the moment that we actually spent a lot of time together to reconnect, was that time in the bar.
Okay.
All right.
And so did you ask her out on a date and you went on a date later, or you just made out that night?
So there was a lot of flirting and a lot of hanging out, and yeah, I did kiss her.
Oh. Finally got the kiss after all these years.
Oh, wait, was that I go to hometown bars and make out with guys from high school, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't
But
mean
that was
anything.
like 2 years ago.
Sometimes.
Of course she does. She's like 22.
It's kind of
That's what you
fun.
do when you're 22.
And she just hit the bar series.
But wait, hold on.
Oh, wow.
Back to you,
The
Noah.
girls
Was
were
that
not
the...
like that when I went back home.
I just think it wasn't for you, honey. It was for everybody else. But Noah, was this the first kiss you guys have ever shared?
This was the first kiss, yeah.
Oh, man.
How was
So this was like a big moment for you then.
This was a huge moment for me. I mean, it
Okay.
just rocked my world. But unfortunately, the next morning, she had to fly out.
Oh, no. And there's where the airport scene comes in and every rom-com.
Yep.
No, don't leave.
Yeah, stay here. Give up on all of your education just for me.
So what happened next?
She didn't invite me to the airport, which kind of sucked.
Okay, yeah.
But about 3 weeks later, I came to visit her.
Oh. Whoa.
With
She invited you out?
an invitation, or just you showed up?
It was kind of a little bit of both. She didn't really invite me, but she said the door's kind of always open.
Okay.
I know what that's like. Or it's like, yeah, we should totally hang out sometime.
Yeah.
And you take that as, oh, I'm going to book my ticket now.
She's like, we're so
See,
far away. He's
I
not
usually,
going to come.
yeah, when I say that, there's like the 1% chance they might come. That
Yeah.
Well,
Based
and
on that.
I mean, that's a big deal, though, because that's like inviting her old high school whatever into her new world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess the best gauge is how did she react when you showed up?
I guess it was a little weird because it was more surprise, and so she didn't really know how to handle it. But she was still excited to see me for sure, and unfortunately, she had to work a lot of the time that I was there.
Well, you didn't tell her you were coming, so
Right,
she can't
totally.
take time off. That makes sense.
Yeah, we spent time together during the day, but then she had to work nights. She works for a catering business,
Okay.
so I kind of hung out with her roommate while she was working. But I don't know. There are a couple of things that just kind of make me feel like there might be another guy in the picture with her. So
Why do you think there's another guy?
just the way her roommate was talking, it's just like she was dropping some hints, but like she wouldn't actually talk about it.
This isn't really a second date update, though.
That's
this
what
is
I'm
like
wondering.
you were in a one-sided relationship, and we need to figure out how she feels. Is that what you want?
I don't know. I disagree with you. I think that it is more of a second date update because when I was there, we walked around and held hands and talked about the past in our lives and kind of like our relationship we've had over the years.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
all
you
right.
did get that kiss. I mean, you can't put that aside. That's huge. You
I don't know.
just kiss random
She
people.
wouldn't hold hands in public on campus if she had another boyfriend.
Unless her hands were cold.
Well,
But I don't know. Let's figure this out, okay? We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Anna for you, and we'll ask her, do you have a crush on Noah? Circle yes or no, or kinda.
All right.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in, today's second date update is the kind of thing that movies are made of.
oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, high school boy meets high school girl. Girl goes off to college. Years later, She comes back to visit and makes out with boy at a dive bar. Boy follows girl back to college, uninvited. Girl's busy and has to work her catering job, so boy mostly hangs out with girl's roommate. Boy leaves and calls a radio station because now he has more questions than answers.
Yeah.
Oh, classic.
Yeah,
Starring Zac Efron and Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
That's an interesting mix. Meryl Streep is a co-ed, huh?
Yeah, she could pull off a college student. But yes, one of our listeners, Noah, reconnected with an old high school crush named Anna. They had a little bit of a fling, and when he went and visited her at her college, she had to work a lot.
Yeah.
And,
but, he didn't tell her that she was coming.
Yeah. That's the first mistake of many that I think he made. But he got the vibe that maybe something else was going on with Anna. Maybe it's another guy.
Right.
He's not really sure. So we're going to call Anna and try and figure out what's going on.
That's right. Man, I just don't want her to slip away.
Okay. So, Noah, I have a question. The one thing we didn't ask is after you got back, have you and Anna still been talking, or is she just not answering any of your phone calls?
So this has been all over text, and anytime I actually call her on the phone, she doesn't pick up.
Okay.
So
Not a good sign.
A lot of questions that you want to ask. What's the number one question that you have for her?
I just want to know if she feels the same way I do after all this time.
Do you have maybe a better question that is more likely to get a yes?
I don't know if you're going to want to ask the answer to that
one.
Or if she would just give me a chance to make this work, and I'll make it work with all this distance.
Okay. We're getting closer to something that might turn out well. But let's give this a shot.
Young love, Noah. Let's do it.
We're going to dial Anna's phone number right now, and we're going to ask her the question. You ready?
Well, not the
Well, a question.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Can you call her, please?
Okay.
All right. You're going to be fine.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I'm looking to speak with Anna.
This is Anna.
Hi, Anna. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. I was hoping you have a second to talk.
From the radio?
I know it's kind of an antiquated device. It's usually in cars.
It's like Spotify in your whip.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it easy.
Music comes out of it sometimes, and sometimes people talk.
She's not an idiot. Hi, Anna.
You sounded really confused.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, we're a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. We do a segment called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll call that person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Okay.
So one of our listeners reached out and wanted to ask about you. The guy's name is Noah.
Oh, my God.
Do you know a Noah?
Yeah, of course she knows a Noah. I mean, it's not really a first date you guys went on. It was like a whole weekend thing.
We talked to Noah. He seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, Noah is nice.
Okay.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Well, how about we tell you what we know, and then you can go off of our story.
I mean, I don't think it'll matter, but sure.
Okay, well, let's give it a shot. What do you say? Okay. So Noah said that he knew you from high school. You guys reconnected when you came back to visit at a bar. You had a little bit of a fling at the bar, a little kiss. He went to visit you at your college, but you weren't able to spend a lot of time with him because you had to work.
I don't know why he's telling you all this. Why is he reaching out to you all? I never gave him permission to talk to somebody about this situation. That's really weird.
I mean, it's pretty generic information.
Yeah. If you don't like him, just say that. Hey, I don't like him. I'm not attracted. That's it. Like, we just want to know.
No judgment on you.
Yeah.
I mean, I am engaged.
Oh,
dang.
Yeah, that's why you're so secret. That's not good, girl.
Wait, hold up.
Wait, no, why are you
engaged?
Before I got engaged recently, it was kind of like unsure about what the status was with my fiance and I. We weren't like official at that point. And I guess I was just feeling like if I'm soon to be a married person, like kind of having some doubts, and Noah and I connected and we kissed at the bar.
So wait, Noah didn't know that you were engaged?
No, he did not.
You didn't tell him?
So I wasn't engaged when we kissed at the bar, and then he just randomly showed up at my doorstep at school. We didn't talk about it. He just like appeared.
So okay, I get it. Don't ask, don't tell.
No,
No,
wait,
that's
like,
not where that's from.
No.
but like,
Totally
dude,
different.
there's
Don't
so
repeat
many
that.
red flags with your engagement right now. Like, one, you weren't committed to the person right before you got engaged, which seems like all over the place to me. 2, a guy shows up to your door and you don't even have the courage to tell him, "Hey, I'm engaged."
I mean, he's a friend. I didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah, but you
But-
being engaged isn't going to hurt his feelings. It doesn't have anything to do with him.
Will, he really likes her.
Well, I
so
know, but, like,
understand.
He shouldn't have showed up. It didn't give her time to plan a lie.
And that's on
No,
him.
why lie?
Sure.
Why not just say I'm engaged? Shouldn't you be celebrating? Shouldn't you be excited to tell everybody?
Brooke.
I mean, it's a legit reason why you can't date somebody.
And Brooke, you don't know whether or not his feelings would be hurt finding out that she's engaged unless we ask Noah directly.
Okay, well, this
Because
is going to get weird.
I need to tell you, Anna,
Yeah.
that Noah's actually been on the other line listening this entire time, and he wants to talk to you.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
Anna, hey.
Oh, man.
So this
Oh
news,
my God.
I wish you could have told me.
Right.
It didn't really feel like there was an opening to Noah.
What do you mean?
I mean-
Even when we were in, when you came in town for the holidays, like we walked around, and I don't know, I've always really, really liked you. You've always been my dream girl. And I didn't want to tell you that because that makes it weird. I know, but I'm sorry, I have to tell you that now, and it destroys me to hear that you're engaged.
Oh, see, Brooke?
Well, of course
It's
it
not
does, but it
no
also
big deal.
destroys him that you weren't honest with him, Anna. Why is it so hard to be honest these days? I don't understand.
Because of that.
It's college, Brooke, you know.
Crushed
But then
his
you
soul.
shouldn't be engaged if you were walking around campus.
I didn't know what to do. Everything kind of happened really quickly. It took me by surprise, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Noah. I mean, Noah, do you want me to send you back the pillow?
Hello?
What pillow?
Can you not? Don't talk about that on the
What
radio,
pillow?
please.
Well,
What
you
pillow?
have to now. You brought it up.
You're the one who called the radio, so I think
We know nothing about a pillow.
Yeah.
Now this is all insanely embarrassing.
Noah sent me a pillow of his face.
Oh, sweet Noah.
No, I didn't.
Deep on.
Oh, wow.
I kind of love it.
No,
It's
no,
so fun.
no.
It's kind of funny, kind of sweet. Noah,
not.
you're a catch.
It's
I think
really
you're
not.
a catch, Noah.
No, if that's your girlfriend, yes.
Whatever.
Not a
Dude,
random.
don't bag on this guy. He's having a hard moment right now.
What was going on in your mind when you sent her a pillow of your face?
I mean, I can't be there for her physically because of the distance, and so I thought it was something that she could at least remember with me, and maybe even cuddle with.
Oh, see, if you're
Yeah.
dating, that's cute.
Maybe if she's drunk, she'll kiss it a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe do a little more with it.
Like, what are you doing with the pillow right now, Anna? Like, you have a pillow of some dude's face at your house when your fiance comes over.
It's just in my closet, and I just don't know what to do with it. So I didn't. It felt wrong to just throw it away.
Oh,
That's a lot.
Okay, I need to ask a question, but before I do, I want to know, how serious is this fiance, Anna?
I'm actually with Jeffrey on this one.
I mean, it
feel
sounds like the switch is turning on and off.
It is. And I feel like you're holding on to things like his pillow or letting him stay without telling him because you actually do really like Noah still.
I love my fiance, and I've been honest with him about the situation with Noah. Yes, I should have told Noah I was engaged up front.
Yeah.
I wasn't engaged when I was home for the holidays, and it was kind of freaking out a bit.
So what are you saying? Is this guy pre-med?
Is he rich?
Is he like an athlete? Is he a frat boy?
No, I'm not talking to you guys about this. It's not going to happen.
He's
okay?
wealthy.
I don't think a marriage is going to happen. But
Yeah.
well, I need to ask at this point, Anna, would you like to go out on another date with Noah? We'll pay for it.
We'll fly him out.
Or we'll at least pay for the postage for you to send his pillow back to him.
There you go.
That is nice. I like that.
Good deal.
I'm going to send the pillow back, but I don't need you guys to pay for it.
Okay.
Thank you, though, for the very kind offer.
We feel you.
Noah, I think
Oh,
you're going to be
Noah.
just fine. You're going to bounce back,
Yeah, I just wish I knew. I just feel like an idiot.
Well,
That's all right, buddy. It's not on you, man.
You know, Noah, I feel bad. Why don't you, when you get the pillow back, why don't you send it over to me, okay? I'll try it out. I'll use it the right way.
I'll use it the right way. You did not just say that.
I'll do what you want me to do with it.
No, thank you.
Moving 101.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I have a surefire way to meet women. And I'm assuming that the guy on the phone for a second date update today did the same thing that I've done many times, and it always works. You see a hot girl go into a store or something like that. You see her in the parking lot. You just walk up to her car, you pop the tire, and then you hang out in the parking lot till she comes out. And you're like, oh, you need help with that tire? Let me help change that for you. Works
like,
every time.
You're one step away from a serial killer.
That's like vandalism.
I've done it a lot. Sometimes I just go and I just pop tires in parking lots just in case on my way into a store. And that's what I'm guessing Dallas did today. He's on the phone to do a second date update, and that's how he met the girl that he wants to call today.
Well, now, I didn't pop the tire. Just so happens I did change her tires.
Oh,
Thank God,
okay,
Dallas.
For future reference, if you want to meet a girl, that's the best way to do it. Pop her tires, and then you'll have no choice but to help her. So your email said that you met the girl you want to call today because she needed a tire changed, and you came to her rescue.
Yeah, I did.
What's her name?
Brittany.
Brittany? Okay, and was she changing the tire, and you just walked up behind her and were like, hey, little lady, you don't know how to do that. Let a big man help you out.
No, it didn't really happen that way. A few weeks ago, I was at the mall and doing some shopping, and as I was leaving, Brittany flagged me down, and she was kind of like in a panic, and she asked me if I knew how to change a flat tire. So, obviously I did, luckily, and she asked if I could help, and I said, of course. So went to her car and started to, jack the car up and change the tire, and I had noticed she had this like really cute Southern accent, and so I kind of went out of my way, and I was like, are you from around here?
And she was like, why, no, sir, I'm not. I'm just a poor Southern girl who needed a tire changed.
Yeah, and
why don't we go out for some sweet tea and maybe some cheese grits?
Sounds like the start of a porn or something.
Yeah, right?
Do you like cheese grits? Anywhere in town a lady can get some nice cheese grits?
What is wrong with you? Did you hit on her, or how did you proceed after that?
Well, she kind of went on to tell me that she was new to the area and that she didn't really know anyone. And when I was done changing the tire, she was really, really thankful, and she shook my hand. And as I was getting ready to grab my stuff and leave, I kind of just stopped and turned around, and I kind of just said, hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go get some food or something? And she said, sure.
Wow. At a later date, or you guys went that day?
Oh, we went right then and there.
Oh,
you did?
We went and got food really, really close to the mall, and this is where things kind of took a turn. We went to eat, we ordered our food, and we were both about halfway done eating, and I'd noticed that she kind of stopped, being so responsive to conversation. She was a lot less talkative. She started to become a little, timid and shy, I guess.
Did you
I
notice?
do declare that I believe you have overstepped your bounds, sir. I will take off my long white glove and slap you in the face. Did you say anything to make it seem like you offended her?
No, not at all. It kind of just all of a sudden it was like she just stopped talking. So I said, is there anything wrong? And she said, well, she didn't really like the food at the place we were eating at. So I said, well, okay, do you want to leave? I felt really bad. And she was like, no, that's okay. It's fine. So when the waiter came back, I asked him if, we could get the check and if he could box up our food and we could go. And, as we started to leave, I asked her, I said, hey, could we maybe do this again, at a different place, that you would like? And she said, of course. So we exchanged numbers and we left.
At the end of the date, did you guys kiss or anything like that? Or was it just exchange numbers?
No, it was just an exchange number, and then, we went on our way. But, I listen to you guys all the time, and I really trust you guys. And what's going on in my mind right now is I feel like she felt obligated to kind of go out with me because I did something nice, and not because I'm attractive or anything like that.
See,
that makes sense.
I was thinking the opposite, that she flagged you down because you were hot. I mean, because there's other people that come out of the mall. I'm sure that there was other people around she could have flagged down, right?
Of course, yes.
I don't think she was obligated at all. I think she set it up.
Well, maybe she felt like she was obligated. Well, if she set it up, she definitely didn't like something about him because she's not calling him back.
Well, maybe his personality failed. I don't know what happened.
So you think maybe she felt obligated and that's the reason that she's not calling you back?
Exactly.
Which is weird because she just moved to town, so she doesn't have very many other friends. And whenever I'm new to a town, I say yes to anybody, no matter who you are. Like,
Wow.
yeah, hey, I'll hang out
Interesting.
with you. I don't know.
I'm new to town. Yes, gentlemen, jump on it. I say yes to anybody whenever I move to a town. That's good to know.
To go out and show me around.
Yeah, we know what you meant. We all know what you meant. All right, Dallas. Well, we'll play a song. We'll come back. We'll get your Southern lady on the phone and find out why she's not ringing you back, okay?
All right, guys.
All right. Until then, you enjoy some sweet potato pie. We'll do it right after this.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Dallas is on the phone with us to do a second date update today. Not the city.
That's good. I wish the
A
whole
guy
city.
named Dallas is on the phone with us to do a second date update today. He wants us to call a girl named Brittany. I'm going to actually recap his date by telling her side of the story. I think this is what she would say when we talk to her. So there I was. Had a flat tire on my car, and I did not know how to fix it. I was just staring at this tire as confused as a fart in a fan factory. And then all of a sudden, out of the store, I see this big, strapping young gentleman named Dallas. And I was hollering like a stuck pig, asking him to come help me out. So I walked up to him. I said, "Kind sir, do you think you could help change a Southern lady's tire?" And as he was changing it, I was just sitting there grinning like a possum eating a sweet tater, looking at how he changed my tire and helped me out. And then, could you believe the nerve of this man? He asked me to go to food with him right after. And the only reason I did was because I felt obligated to, because normally a Southern lady would make a gentleman court her properly. So we had a meal, and then once we were done with our meal, we went our separate ways, and I would never talk to him again because he was way too forward. I just smacked him in his stupid face. Hey, Dallas, is that about right? Yeah.
I think I should take you out on a date.
I was going to say, after that, we don't even need to make the phone call. I mean, that kind of settles it, doesn't it?
Dallas met this girl, Brittany, in the parking lot. She had a flat tire. He was walking out. She said, "Can you change it?" He changed it, and then they went to go eat. The meal went well, and then about halfway through, she kind of seemed cold and awkward. And they exchanged numbers and said they might go out again, but she hasn't been very receptive. We're about to call her right now.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Brittany, please?
this is she.
Hello, Brittany. How are you?
I'm good. Who is this?
Oh, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I don't know you. Who is this?
No, you don't. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Okay, I still don't know you.
It's a morning radio show, and I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
About me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. You recently went out with a guy named Dallas.
Oh. Okay.
You remember meeting Dallas? He said that he helped you change a tire on your car, and then you guys went out for a meal after?
Yeah, I remember him.
What'd you think of Dallas?
I mean, he was a nice guy and everything.
You just didn't click with him?
Well, not really. I mean, it just kind of got weird.
So
throughout the date.
it got weird. Can you tell us how?
Well, at dinner, like it was a really nice dinner, we're sitting down, and he gets up to leave like 3 times to go to the bathroom, which is not typically a weird thing, but the second time he come back like super sweaty.
He came back to the table super sweaty?
Yes, he was super sweaty, and I didn't know what to think, and I thought, well, poor guy, maybe he's sick or something. So I asked him, are you okay, or you need to leave? And he said, no, I'm great, I'm good. I've never seen somebody come back from the bathroom sweating like that before.
Maybe he's got IBS.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't spicy food, but it got worse. Like, we're sitting there, and he leaves again, and then there's a table right beside of us, and that guy leaves to go to the bathroom, I guess, comes back, and I can hear
Don't tell me they
conversation.
both came back sweaty together. I wouldn't want to call him back either.
Mystery solved,
Yeah.
though.
The guy was actually talking about my date. Like, about him and saying, there's some guy in the bathroom doing really weird stuff.
What was he doing?
I don't know. They didn't say. They just said that they knew it was weird and it made him uncomfortable. Like, if it makes a guy uncomfortable in the bathroom, something's wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in guys' bathrooms. I've never left them going like, whoa, there's some guy in there doing something strange. I got to get out of here.
Right. So I just had to leave. Like, you don't know what to expect when you're in a new town and new people. Like, I don't know.
And you never asked him what he was doing in the bathroom.
I didn't want to. I mean, what if he told me and asked me to join him? Like, I don't know.
So did you make up a lie about the food not tasting good to get out of there?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
Because he said that on the
like,
date.
I love food. Like, I love food. And I totally went back to that place the next day. It was so good.
You actually went back there.
Oh, no.
You actually went back to that restaurant the next day.
I did. It was so good.
All right, so that's the reason you're not calling him back, because he was doing something weird in the bathroom, making him sweat.
Yes, that's exactly why.
That's interesting. You know what else is interesting? He's actually on the phone listening right now.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. 100% serious. Dallas, what were you doing in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Get your guys' minds out of the gutter, okay? I was not doing what you guys think I was doing.
I have no idea what you're doing.
I had an idea.
Okay. I will admit, I will admit I did get up a few extra times from the table to go to the bathroom. And I'm really embarrassed to say this, but I was in the bathroom doing push-ups.
What?
You're doing push-ups?
Why were you doing push-ups?
I'm just, into fitness and stuff, and I felt like, because I hadn't been to the gym in a couple days, I felt like I didn't look good enough for you. And
so
I went in there to get kind of like a little bit of a workout in to kind of look a little bit more muscular.
So you went into the bathroom to do push-ups to get a pump.
This was not even scheduled or anything. I didn't have time to go to the gym before this date. I didn't even know this date was going to happen. And I met her, and she is awesome, and that's what I did.
So you just left the table randomly to go work out in the bathroom?
Yeah, I did.
Like, on the bathroom floor?
Well, I washed my hands before I came back to the table.
That is disgusting.
Doesn't make it better.
Brittany, do you believe him? I don't know that I mean, I know you explained it, but I don't know that I buy your story.
This is the God honest truth, seriously.
Well, is this what guys do here? Like, you just go out into the bathroom to work out during the date? Is this how it works?
No.
I never have.
I've never done that one time, but I felt like I didn't look good enough for you, and that's why I did it. It was more of a freak out thing.
So working on the car and the tire change wasn't an actual workout? You needed more intensive workout in the bathroom?
To a sense, yeah, because changing the tire is nothing.
I'm so fit. Changing the tire doesn't do anything. I gotta go do some push-ups and some burpees in the bathroom.
I don't know if I actually buy this whole story.
Does sound weird.
I need to know, were his muscles impressive?
I mean, yeah, he's a really impressive guy. I actually noticed that when he was changing the tire, and I mean, you could tell he works out. I just never expected it to be during the date in the bathroom.
Hey, Brittany, I would like to ask you this. Would you like to go on a second date with Dallas? We will pay for it.
Guys, can I do this myself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it. I mean, hey, dude, I don't want to get beat up by you. I know you
Look, Brittany, I'm telling you the truth. I did push-ups in the bathroom to try and impress you. So if you give me a second chance, I promise that I will work out before dinner and not during.
It's a pretty good promise.
And also, we'll pay for the date, Brittany.
You were a really great guy stopping to take care of my tire and take care of me, and you went this far to actually get a second date. So, I think, yeah, let's try it again.
Woohoo! Nice!
Awesome. Congratulations, Dallas. You got your second date.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate the help.
No problem. Stop doing push-ups in the bathroom.
I will stop doing push-ups in the bathroom. I'm just embarrassed because I never thought that she would ever find out.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Charity events are great places to meet people when you're volunteering there. I've met the last couple girls that I've gone on dates with at charity events.
Really?
Yeah, when I was volunteering at a couple of senior citizens' homes, doing some stuff there. And let me tell you, those ladies are just sweethearts.
Edna, your last girlfriend.
And experienced and stuff.
Oh, gross.
I love them. Anyway, that's where Tim, who's on the phone with us today, met the girl that he wants to call. Apparently, he met her at some sort of church charity event, Tim?
Yeah, I was down there. I'm basically doing the heavy lifting, doing all the folding chairs and some of the tables.
Okay.
And did you plan? I mean, some guys go to charity events with the intention of meeting a girl, or were you actually doing something out of the kindness of your heart?
Well, I mean, I was there. I stay in pretty good shape, so I'm pretty physically fit. So I was there to do chairs and tables. But that being said,
So you use the charity event as a way to work out?
It's called a gym. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's not my workout. I work out in the morning, but I was doing it as a favor,
Yeah.
But my blinders were open. I mean, if there was a girl there, I'm going to meet her.
Still don't really have an answer to the question other than the fact that you just wanted to brag about how in shape you were. Were you there to meet women, or were you there to help with the charity, and then you happened to meet a woman?
The second one.
Second one. Okay.
There we go. Clear answer.
What is her name?
Her name's Allison.
Allison. All right. And how did you meet Allison? Did she walk up to you and was like, "Oh, wow, look at all the heavy lifting you're doing. I've never seen a man lift 17 chairs at once."
I can't do 17. I didn't do 17, but she was direct. She was standing by the chairs, and then I'd come over and pick a couple up, and then she'd tell me where to go. She'd say, like, put those 5 over there.
So she was directing where to put the chairs and things like that. Did you ask her out, or did she ask you out?
I'd say that's open to interpretation, but she was doing a lot of direct eye contact, so I took that as an opportunity to, say we should catch up sometime.
Okay.
Because whenever a woman looks at you, it's basically like her asking you out.
So she made direct eye contact, and because you're a dude, you were like, "I need to ask her out," and then you asked her out?
Well, I set you up for hanging out sometime, so yeah, I guess so.
That is asking her out. That's exactly what you did.
You are a man of romantic words.
What did you guys do when you actually went out?
Well, she invited me over after the charity event.
Oh, nice.
And,
wow, she must have
my
really
God.
wanted to thank you for your work.
What if she just wanted to make some lunch and talk to him? Like, that is a possibility here.
I don't know. She also made eye contact.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, by that time it was pretty late, so she said, you just come over and chill out and, take a load off. I've been on my feet all day, so I said, all right, maybe watch a movie or something.
Did you feel like that was an invite to come back to do more than watch a movie? Because I would have.
Of course you would have.
I think almost any dude would
I
have.
know. I will say movie is usually code for other things.
I mean, it crossed my mind, but I just try and put one foot in front of the other. I don't want to get too far ahead, so I just said, okay. I was just interested really kind of hanging out and talking and getting to know her a bit better.
And that's your date, right? Your date was just when you guys went back to her house to watch the movie.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
And did you guys kiss? Anything romantic happen?
No, the closest we got to any romance is kind of towards the end of the movie. It was getting late. I said, I got to go. And she said, well, you could sleep here if you want. And I said, okay. And then she said, no funny business. I said, none expected. And then we fell asleep on the couch. We was holding hands when we fell asleep.
All right.
That's
A little bit of hand holding. Nice. I hope you were protected. I hope you wore gloves.
Yeah, we were protected.
All right. Good. So did you sleep there all night?
I did. I woke up. The sun came up. It kind of made the room all bright. And I woke up and I said, good morning. And we were fully clothed. I think I said, let's get some coffee or something. But she just kind of stood up and she looked at me and then she just turned around and walked into her bedroom and closed the door.
What?
Whoa.
So she woke up and seemed angry at you.
Yeah.
Did she say anything about it at all?
I actually thought maybe it was a game or something.
Did you talk to her at all in this time? It sounds strange that she would wake up and seem angry at you for no reason.
I mean, she was in her bedroom. I didn't know what to do, so I went into the kitchen and I waited for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I just stood around. I mean, I stood around for 20 minutes. I waited for her, and then she came out, and I said, hey, what's up? I said, coffee? And she just said, you need to leave right now.
Whoa. Oh, she was mad. She was, still angry.
Yeah, she looked like she had seen a ghost or something. She was angry.
So you know for a fact that she's not happy with you about something.
She essentially kicked me out, but I have no idea why. I mean, I didn't do anything inappropriate. I was a gentleman. I always am. I never was forward or aggressive or anything. So I think there's just some confusion here or something.
Okay, you're not leaving anything out of your story. You guys got to her place, fell asleep watching a movie, holding hands, and that's it.
I mean, nothing else happened. I am telling you everything.
Okay.
I really had no idea what was wrong.
All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, and then find out if you got a second date or if you get ditched.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on, man. All right, if you're just tuning in for the second part of today's second date, Tim is on the phone with us. He met a girl named Allison at a little charity function. They ended up actually going back to her house that night because I guess it was late, and she was like, don't worry about driving. We can totally hang out. Come over and watch a movie. And according to him, that's all that happened is they watched a movie, they fell asleep holding hands, woke up the next morning, and she was like angry at him for some reason. She wouldn't talk to him. She finally talked to him about 20 minutes later after she had gone to her room, and she told him to leave. And that's the last that he's heard from her. All right, Tim, we're about to call her. If I get her on the phone and I ask her if something strange happened, because you swore to me that nothing else happened other than you guys fell asleep holding hands and that was it. If she tells me she woke up and you guys were still holding hands, but somehow you were in her clothes and she was in your clothes, I'm going to hang up on you right there because that is weird. Okay?
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
And I never asked you, what did you like so much about Allison before she became angry?
She's just really nice. I mean, she's chill and she's cool.
All right. And you'd like to see her again?
Yeah, I want to see her again as long as she doesn't hate me, or at least she can explain to me why she hates me.
Yeah. It's always at least nice to know why somebody hates you. All right. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now, get her on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Allison, please?
This is she.
Hey, Allison, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Like the radio show?
Yeah, exactly like the radio show.
Hey.
How are you?
What's up?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Not too bad. Thank you for asking. We're just calling listeners in the local area to see
He's a liar.
what their favorite part of the show is this morning. Can you tell me what you like about the show the most?
I mean, you, of course.
Oh,
Good
thank you.
All
Very
right,
good
Allison.
answer.
That
Very,
is a
very
bunch
good
of crap.
answer. Actually, Allison, any idea why I might be calling you?
I have no idea.
Well, have you heard the second dates before?
I think so. I normally listen to the phone taps.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, you are about to be the star of a second date because you recently went out on a date with somebody and you're not calling them back and they want us to get a hold of you.
Oh.
His name is Tim. You met him at a charity function and ended up actually sleeping with him first night that you met him, which I think is...
What? No.
Don't worry.
I know. No, don't worry,
down,
Allison.
Allison.
Tim told us that you guys didn't sleep together. He said that he did fall asleep next to you, like on the couch holding hands while watching a movie, though.
I'm sorry. This is just really weird that you guys, know all of this. I mean, it wasn't even a date. It was I met him, and then, we hung out.
Right. Well, we talked to Tim because he emailed us and asked if we could get you on the phone and find out why you...
Why?
Well, he said you seemed really upset at him the next morning, and he also wanted to see why you're not responding to any of his phone calls or text messages or anything.
Did you not, think it was a date when he was coming over, you just wanted to be his friend or something?
No, I mean, it wasn't an official date, but it was just let's get to know each other. But I just realized that I don't think he's the one for me, and I would just rather not keep going there.
According to him, and you tell me if he's lying, he said that he woke up next to you, you seemed mad, you went in your room, stayed there for 20 minutes, and then when you finally came out, you told him to leave.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
So that sounds like you're legitimately angry with the guy. Right now, it doesn't sound like you hate him or anything, but what could have happened to make you so mad in the morning?
I'm not angry at him. It's complicated. I knew he wouldn't understand, and so it was just easier to not even go there.
Can you tell us so that you can give us a little bit of an understanding?
And to be honest, I got a sign. And it was just one of those things I knew.
A sign?
What sort of sign?
I don't expect you to understand, and I didn't expect him to understand, which is why I didn't even want to go into this. But I had a vision.
What do you mean? Like a dream?
Yeah, I guess you would call it a dream. And Tim was in it, and he was he was after me. He had like this huge samurai sword, and he was running after me, and he was like chasing me. So I was like running away.
What?
Are you seriously laughing at this?
I'm sorry. It's a little weird.
You know what?
You said, listen, we're not making fun of you for it. You even said we probably won't understand it, and I don't really understand why it would scare you enough to have a dream like that to not talk to somebody. So can you explain to me why a dream would make you feel that way in the morning?
I mean, it felt like it was one of those things. It was like a sign, like that God was warning me that like this wasn't a good relationship. Like if you just meet somebody and you don't really know anything about them, and then they're in your dream and they're chasing you with a samurai sword, and at the end, like I woke up when he stabbed me.
Yeah, but dreams mean all sorts of weird things. Like
you sometimes just get a gut feeling with things, and I have learned to trust my gut feeling. And I woke up from that. Like, I mean, I haven't had a nightmare like that in a really long time.
So were you mad at him in the morning, or were you scared of him? Is that why you went to your room?
It was a really scary dream. I haven't had a dream like that in a while. And it's not like, oh, I had a nightmare, comfort me. Like, he was the one who was the nightmare. And I needed some space.
But did he do anything at all in the awake world that was an indication of him being mean?
No. But, I mean, you hear those stories of people who seem to be really nice and then end up crazy, and I feel like that
Allison,
was...
I talked to him a little bit. He sounds like a weirdo to me. So
He does not.
I think maybe your gut was. I think your gut was right on that one. I'm going to tell you, I support you. Okay.
I don't feel like you're taking this very seriously.
No, I'm taking. Hey, listen, this is the way that you feel. I might not understand it because a dream has never scared me so much to not talk to somebody. But if that's the way you feel, that's important. Okay. And it scared you enough to not talk to him again. I'm just trying to get some clarification.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't call him. So you can tell him, and
Okay.
yeah.
Would you like to talk to him about it?
No, I mean, that's why I haven't called him back or responded to his text. I think it's better if we just don't talk.
Okay. Well, he is on the other line and would like to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Tim is actually listening on the other line right now.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, this is so awkward.
Yeah, it is awkward. I mean, I'm paying for a crime that I didn't commit. I mean, come on. What if I was trying to protect you in the dream? Do you think of it that way?
You stabbed me.
That is, yeah.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
maybe. I don't know how that's protecting her, Tim. Stabbing her with was it a samurai sword? You said.
It was a samurai sword.
I mean, this is ridiculous. This is so unfair. I mean,
You know, I'm sure you're a great
Wait,
guy.
wait, wait.
I'm sure you probably wouldn't actually stab anybody, but there's a reason I didn't call you back.
Okay, Allison, hold on. We spent about 10, 11 hours together in real life, in real time, and we had a great time. Then you have like probably, I don't know, a 20 to 25-minute dream about me running around with some sword, and you're going to take 25 minutes of dream world versus 11 hours of real time? I mean, you got to give me a chance.
It's true.
It wasn't just a dream, Tim. I think that there was something prophetic to it. There was something, I feel like it was a sign. It's not just a scary dream. I feel like it means that we're not supposed to be together.
He just seems so nice. I mean, like, how many guys will just hold your hand while you fall asleep and not try anything?
And that's exactly what people say about guys who will stab you with a samurai sword.
Come on.
It's better to listen to your gut, Allison. Trust me, okay? You don't want to be another statistic.
Allison, how about this? Is there someone else in your life trying to hurt you? Because I can help you with that.
There is nobody. I'm not some like traumatized little girl, okay? I had a dream. It freaked me out. I don't want to date you. It's that simple.
Now that brings me to my question, Allison. Would you like to go on a second date?
No.
Okay. You didn't even let me finish. I was going to offer to pay for it. What if it's a nice Asian restaurant?
No!
Chinese or Japanese, something like that.
You know what? You guys have already made fun of me enough of this. I gotta go.
Oh,
all right.
No.
Hey, Tim, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry, man.
Tim, stop stabbing girls with samurai swords in their sleep, man.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I've screwed up so many dates in so many ways, but I've never done one through a dream before.
Hey, there you go. At least you have a story to tell now. That's a talent.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
0.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There's no better way to bond on a first date than risking getting salmonella or some other foodborne illness. I think it's really a good way to get to know each other. And that's what Michael kind of did on his first date with the girl that he wants to call today. We'll get into that in just a second. But what's up, Michael? How are you?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Good.
He sounds healthy, Jubal.
Yeah, somehow. I don't know how.
You know, I read your email for a second date update, and I like your idea of a first date. We'll get into that, like I said, in a second. But first, tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Madeline.
Madeline, all right. And what'd you like about Madeline?
Well, basically, I'd been out with a group of friends, and she was, like, in the group of friends. We didn't really talk too much, but our mutual friend was telling me that she thought I was cute, and I thought she was pretty cute. So I got her number from the mutual friend and texted her, and a few days later we set up a date.
So what you liked about her is that she liked you first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She thought I was hot.
I mean, it's a good start. It's a good start.
Yeah. Your idea for a date was interesting. How did you decide to do I mean, first of all, tell everybody what it is, and then how did you decide to do it?
Well, I was kind of tired of just, the old dinner and a movie type thing. I wanted an experience, so I went and looked for the lowest rated restaurant I could find in the area on Yelp.
What? Why?
That's a terrible strategy.
Well, I mean, we were talking and we decided that, like, the traditional, like, nice dinners, 5-star restaurants, well, one, they're crazy expensive, but two, they're kind of boring. Like, you go to enough of those dates and they all kind of blend together, and wanted to try something new. And,
Anybody can try to have like a great meal on a first date, but nobody really tries to have a crappy meal. And I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah. I was searching and searching on Yelp for like at least an hour.
Oh, man.
And I found this like hole-in-a-wall Italian place like way on the outskirts of town. Like I'd never even been to this area before, but it had like 1.5 stars and just no good reviews on the entire thing. So
that's so bad.
And did it deliver on its promise?
Yeah, it really did.
So what happened when you showed up at this horrible restaurant?
Well, first off, we almost didn't show up because it's like not advertised on the street at all. Like we drove past it like 5 or 6 times, just like trying to find this location.
Oh, I hate that. Like GPS says it's right here.
Yeah, like we would pass by it and the GPS would say you're here, and then stop GPSing, and so we would just have to reset that.
You're like, it's actually literally this dumpster that we're standing in front of.
It is this hole in this wall.
Yeah.
I'm guessing since this was such a horribly rated restaurant on Yelp, there wasn't a long wait for you guys to get a table?
No, we walked in when we finally found the place, and there was literally nobody there. There wasn't like a host or anybody in the actual place. And eventually a guy from the back walked out, and first off, he was like really uneasy. He was like, "Oh, are you guys the cops?"
What?
And we're like, no, we aren't the cops.
This is actually pretty exciting.
This is great.
Yeah.
That's a normal question whenever you walk into a restaurant, I think.
Then he patted you down to see if you were wired.
No. But then he was like, "Are you from the health department?" Which is kind of got us a little freaked out about whether or not this food was okay.
And you still decided to eat there.
Well, we were committed at this point. Like, we'd been talking about it, so we had to. But we were like, no, we're not from the health department. And after that, he like really perked up, and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh yeah, well come on, let me get you something."
Okay, there you go.
But then we're sitting there and we're looking for what food we want to get, and we mentioned that it's our first date, and so he takes our menus and goes, "Oh, I got the perfect thing."
Oh no!
That means I got whatever's left in the freezer from whoever hasn't been here in so long.
Yeah, so we're sitting there for like a few minutes just wondering what it could be, and he just comes out with a big bowl of spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh!
And that's it. That was his big surprise, spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah, that was the big special thing. Apparently he's like proud of the meatballs, like it's some family recipe or something like that, but they were pretty run-of-the-mill. So,
The heat up ones, the frozen meatballs.
Oh, man.
so he actually sits down with us at the table.
What?
So kind of the rest of the meal is us talking to him.
That's got to be nice on your first date, getting to know this weird restaurant owner.
Sounds so happy to just have someone
he
around.
needs to be socialized more, I think.
Yeah.
So was she into it, or was she annoyed by the end?
I mean, I was taking it all in pretty good humor, and I felt like she was laughing along pretty well, but I am calling you guys, so I mean, something went wrong.
Did you get a kiss at the end of the evening, or?
No, there wasn't really an opportunity to be very romantic, but it felt like we had fun. I thought it was worth continuing getting to know each other, but maybe I'm wrong, I guess. Hasn't really been responding to anything.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and get your second date update, all right?
All right.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Michael is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl named Madeline. They actually had one of the worst first dates ever, but on purpose. It wasn't a bad thing. They decided, as a joke, they would find the worst rated restaurant on Yelp and go eat there, and they did, and it was a really weird experience. And then they went to a dive bar after, and he can't figure out why he's not getting a call back. All right, Michael, we're about to dial her phone number. Are you ready to go?
Yeah. I'm a bit nervous, but excited.
And you thought that, maybe the date ended up just being a little bit too much for her?
I think so. I can't imagine anything else. I'm afraid I freaked her out, but I remember she was the one who first expressed interest in me, so I'm really in the dark here.
Okay.
You don't think maybe she got food poisoning and died, do you?
Died?
Oh, I hope not.
Well, she's not calling you back. That's the only thing I can think of is she's got to be dead.
The
That's what I
restaurant
always
had
think, though.
1.5 stars, not 0 stars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go, Michael.
All right.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Madeline, please?
this is she.
Hey, Madeline, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I think I made my payment this month already.
Are you sure? Because I'm checking my records and I don't see a payment made.
No, I mailed it like 2 days ago.
I'm not a bill collector or anything else. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh.
You have some weird bills, Madeline.
I'm sorry. I get lots of weird phone calls.
But if you'd like to submit a payment to me, I would be more than willing to give you my information. You can send a check.
No, I give away too much money as it is. So what's up?
I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show called The Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And Michael actually sent us an email wondering if we could get you on the phone and ask why you're not calling him back.
Michael?
Yeah, that's a pretty heavy sigh there, Madeline.
Yeah, I'm a little frustrated with Michael at the moment.
Oh.
Really? Can you tell us why?
Well, it was just one of the most frustrating dates ever.
Frustrating?
Yes, frustrating. I don't know how else to describe it. Frustrating.
He said you guys laughed, you had fun, you connected.
Yeah, I really didn't have the opportunity to connect with him because I was panicking the whole time.
You were panicking?
Yes.
Why were you panicking?
So I don't know what he told you, but we went to this restaurant way on the other side of town, which meant we were in the car for 45 minutes each way. Okay. And I think you can tell a lot about a person by the way they drive. And Michael is not a very good driver. Probably one of the worst drivers I have ever ridden with.
Whoa, really?
Not road rage. I don't mean that,
What did he...
Yeah, what?
He's just clueless behind the wheel.
So wait, he was an aggressive driver?
No, not aggressive. The exact opposite. Not aggressive enough.
jerking on the brakes really hard. Like, I'm like flopping back and forth in the seat when he's braking. Like when we're trying to merge, he slows down instead of speeding up. I swear we almost like hit 3 cars.
Yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't want to go out with him again. The people that do that are so obnoxious.
You were actually having road rage while in the car with the driver.
Basically, I was trying to keep myself under control, but like, you know, my foot's like pressed on the floorboard, like I'm the one driving, you know, like, oh my God.
So wait, you liked him outside of that. It's just you can't date somebody who drives like that.
I mean, I liked him when I first kind of met him. We were all kind of hanging out with some friends, but I didn't really get a chance to talk to him. And so on our date, I was so preoccupied, like anxious about getting back in the car with him for another 45 minutes after the meal was over. I couldn't think about anything else, you know? And then, like, I don't know, the restaurant guy sat down at the table and was talking. So, I mean, I have no idea if I like him or not anymore. I'm just, like, so terrified of him driving.
I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to date somebody, you're going to be in the car with them a lot.
No,
I mean,
it doesn't
I guess
make
you could drive all the time.
I don't think it makes sense. It doesn't, like, you really think it reflects who he is as a person.
I don't know. If he's that, like, clueless and unaware, what does that mean about the other areas of his life that are not as important as, you know?
Judgmental.
Good question, Madeline. And we should just ask him because he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you. Michael, are you still there?
Yeah, still here.
See?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm genuinely sorry that you were scared, but I don't get how. I mean, I was going slow. I was, you know, checking all my blind spots. I was cautious.
Yeah, that was the problem, Michael. We're going 30 miles an hour on the highway.
Well, what you're not thinking about is I'm also trying to impress you at the same time. Like, my mind is on the road, on my phone, and trying to get to know you. It's a lot of multitasking.
Michael, I don't know what to tell you, okay? I mean, you're how old? You're supposed to be able to handle these things, like have a basic conversation and, you know, drive safely.
I was driving safely. I was going slow because I didn't want to freak you out. I'm shocked.
The irony.
Have you ever been told that you're a bad driver before, Michael?
No, but, I mean, usually I'm driving by myself because, I mean, having a lot of people, it gets pretty distracting.
Barely.
It sounds like you get distracted easily.
I mean, yeah, I guess so, but, like, we were driving on new streets, and there was a lot going on that night. I was nervous about the restaurant, too. Like, I think you're holding a lot of things against me that were just a one-time situational thing.
Michael, listen. Don't you remember we got to the restaurant, and I'm like, okay, GPS says we're here. I'm, like, pointing it out. And you're like, no. And I'm like, yes, it's right there. There's a parking spot. And you're like, no, I think we should make the block. I'll be honest with you, Michael. I just really never wanted to hit somebody that much in my life as I wanted to hit you right then.
Okay.
I just wanted to get out of the car, you know? Like,
if I had known you were getting violent in your head, then, yeah.
I just can't believe the only thing Michael did wrong was drive.
Yeah, but...
Look, I was in the car with him, not you. And when you're in the car for an hour and a half round trip with somebody who's that bad of a driver, you might consider taking your own life too, okay?
Oh, my God!
For food
I've-
poisoning at that restaurant.
I feel you on that one, Madeline.
Okay, that's pretty overly dramatic, in my opinion. You're not going to take your own life because you're sitting in a passenger seat of the car with me, okay?
Okay, right, all right. But I'm just trying to make a point. It was terrifying. I mean, I'm still shaken up about it.
Still.
All right, then how about we go on another date and you drive?
Oh.
That is a good solution.
Hey, let's see
Yeah,
how you're
Madeline,
driving.
would you like to go out with Michael again for a second date? We will pay for it. Not your gas money, though, but we will pay for the date.
I mean, you said yourself that you were so distracted by his driving that you weren't even able to get to know who he was.
That's true. But I'm just thinking about like, if it were to work out, you know, someday down the line, he's going to be driving, and I just feel like, I don't know, that would just be, I don't know if I can handle it.
Are you serious?
So you won't go out with him again in case you ever have to drive with him.
Madeline, you guys could become the public transit couple. You could just do Uber everywhere you go. You could just drive literally everywhere you go. That's what I do in my relationship.
Look, his driving just makes me a terrible person, apparently. And I don't want to be that person. So I just don't want to risk it.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Wow. Okay. That's not good.
sorry, man. You know what would make you feel better? Maybe go out for a long, slow drive somewhere.
Very slow.
And just make sure you're not in my neighborhood, okay?
Oh, come on.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Very split on our text message board at 78592 right now about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude Michael wanted to call Madeline. They actually went out on the worst date ever on purpose. They went on to Yelp and they found the lowest rated place that they could find to go eat at. They thought it'd be fun, and apparently it was a weird, kind of crappy experience at the restaurant. But that wasn't the reason that she wasn't calling him back. She wasn't calling him back because apparently he's a really slow driver, and it was driving her nuts. And she says that she can't date him because the thought of being in a car with him again is just so torturous. She doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, she wouldn't even consider it. Like, my husband is a very, very slow driver, okay? And before I started dating him, he would drive in the left lane slow, even. And I know, I apologize for him. But I don't let him drive anymore.
Yeah, see?
You just say, you know what? And he doesn't like driving either. Because people who drive slow are usually kind of scared.
Yeah, they're scared of everything. A freeway on-ramp. I'm just going to slam on the brakes right now because that's the safest possible thing I could be doing when people are going 80 miles an hour around me.
What does merge mean?
It really works for both of us. It could have worked for her. She needed a more open mind.
She decided that she can't even put in the extra effort, though. She doesn't want to go out with the dude again because he drives too slow. And a lot of people are texting in at 78592 saying that they have the same problem with their significant other, that they drive way too slow or, in some instances, way too fast.
You gotta agree with her. Like, it would literally be a fight
it'd drive me
single
nuts.
time they go somewhere.
Yeah.
It'd be like, go faster, or then she would be driving and he'd be like, slow down.
Yeah.
Oh no. Like,
You think the most important thing about a relationship is driving compatibility?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I think it's very important.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. I drive very fast, and this is the worst possible area to do that in because everybody in Seattle drives incredibly slow. Incredibly slow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And my girlfriend drives super fast, and like I got in the car with her, and I was scared for my life, and I was like, I think I love this woman. This is amazing. So yeah, I think driving compatibility is definitely a very, very serious thing to think about. Text in at 78592.
Really
Would you date somebody who just drives you nuts the way they drive?
Pun intended.
Moving 92.5.
We have a girl named Meg on the phone for a second date today, and in her email, Meg said that after her date, she was super disappointed in herself.
Oh, man, Meg, don't be too hard on you.
Yeah, so before we go any further, Meg, I just want you to know the feeling is mutual. We're all super disappointed in you too, okay?
No. That's fair.
No, it's a good thing because there's nowhere else for you to go from here but up. Okay, so just remember, we couldn't possibly think less of you than we already do right now. So with that in mind, tell us about your date. Who's the guy you disappointed?
He doesn't speak for us.
Well, I met this guy named Sergey. I swiped right because I thought he was cute, and he ended up being cute in person, too.
Okay, so I see what you're saying, Jeffrey. She is at the bottom.
Yeah.
She's hit rock bottom.
Give her a chance.
I mean, obviously, things are bad, Meg.
Yeah, but I'm still just really confused.
Okay, so wait, can we start with the disappointment or do we get to the disappointment? Where does that come in?
Yeah, let's get to the disappointment. Why
Okay.
don't you start at the beginning and tell us a little bit about what you and Sergey did?
So when we talked on the phone, we learned that we both love to travel, and he's gone to a bunch of places that I have on my bucket list, like Machu Picchu, and I decided that instead of going to, a normal, boring sit-down dinner, it'd be kind of fun to experience other cultures together and try street food from around the world.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So you booked 2 one-way tickets around the world and set off on your adventure.
No.
We went across the globe and we started with South America and had some carne batata kebab from Peru and some chorizo sausage.
Oh, so like you planned out like meals from around the world by finding different restaurants where you could go get like appetizers essentially.
Exactly. It's like a little snack walk.
Oh man, that my heart is already full. If someone took me on a snack walk, that sounds amazing, doesn't it?
Well, it was going really well, but I should have stuck with South America, I guess, because I decided to take us to a French spot, and I insisted that he try some street quiche. And
Street quiche? I don't know that that's a thing.
What does that sound like illegal?
So, street quiche, are these like actual restaurants or are these like carts that you're finding on the side of the road?
No, they're food trucks.
Oh, you're at food trucks. Okay.
Yeah, you're walking up off the street, but like, man, street quiche will get you.
What?
Yeah, it's written right there on the side of the truck. It'll get you.
15 minutes after he had the street quiche, he was just in really bad shape. Like, he was heaving.
Oh.
I'm just like sweating. It was really scary. So I took him to urgent care, and I felt terrible because of this stupid street quiche. And so the nice thing was that, like, our conversation was a little bit surfacey at the food trucks, but in the waiting room, you know, he opened up a little bit.
That's nice.
In between heaves and cold sweats, he's opening up to you?
See, that's the secret to getting a guy to open up to you. Put him in the hospital, and he'll tell you exactly what you want to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Get him vulnerable.
He was crying to you, is what it sounds like. What did he tell you about? What'd you talk about?
Oh, you know, we just talked a little bit about our families and where we grew up, and we tried to not talk about food.
Good.
So, obviously, I cut it short because he wasn't feeling well. I stayed until he saw the doctor, and then I offered to take him home, but he just insisted on getting himself a lift and taking care of himself, and we had a really, polite hug, and that's kind of how things ended. You know, I sent a check-in text to let him know that I had a good time before the heavesies. But, he's not really, there's no flirting or, extra engagement. It's all very polite.
Well, I would assume that he's very embarrassed. Like, anyone who's got food poisoning. I mean, I'm assuming that he had food poisoning from the street quiche. It's not your best look.
So why are you disappointed in yourself after this? Because the quiche didn't kill him? Or did you want to get to the rest of the countries?
No, because the quiche didn't kill me. It was, I feel a little responsible because I was the one telling him to try some food from my country.
Oh, no, your country hurt him.
Your heritage food.
Yeah. I want him to know that he shouldn't feel embarrassed.
Or be afraid of the French.
So when did he get released from the hospital? When's the last time that you talked to him?
It was about a week and a half.
I'm sorry. If I got food poisoning on a first date, I wouldn't be calling the guy back either.
No. All you think about when you think about them is
it's
terrible night you had.
It's like he's not going to eat quiche for at least 20 years, and you're associated with it, so...
Well, that's what I thought, but then after he got sick, he kind of opened up to me, so I'm a little confused why we were able to have this authentic, meaningful conversation and then nothing.
Yeah.
All right, Meg. Well, why don't you go grab a plate of quiche? We'll play a song and come back, and we'll call Sergey for you and get your second date, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, hold on. Just joining us for part 2 of the second date, we're on the phone with Meg. She went out with a guy named Sergey and accidentally gave him food poisoning on their date.
She didn't give it to him, but yeah.
She took him on a little tour of all the food trucks in their neighborhood, and she forced him to eat some street quiche.
Didn't force him.
Asked him, whatever, which made him open up, just maybe not in the way she hoped, because he became violently ill, and she had to bring him to urgent care, and once they released him, he has not reached out to her for another date. So, Meg, we're going to try our best to figure out what's going on with Sergey.
Thanks, you guys. I really hope Street Quiche didn't just ruin everything.
Well, it did ruin a lot of things. Yeah, probably his pants. But I just think he's embarrassed. I think if we can get through that piece for him, then it seems like a pretty easy second date situation.
Man, I sure hope so. I liked him a lot.
All right, Meg. Well, let's call Sergey and find out why he's ghosting you. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Sergey, please?
This is Sergey.
Hey, Sergey. This is young Jeffrey. Do you have a minute to chat with us?
I'm sorry, who is this?
It's young Jeffrey. Are you familiar with us at all?
Hey, hi guys.
So yes, you listen, or yes, you're cool that we're calling you.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little confused by all this. Why are you calling me?
It's a good question.
Yeah, great question.
Well, we're doing something called a second date, where we ask people who have gone out on a date recently why they're not calling the other person back. So you recently took out a woman named Meg, and she told us a little bit about what happened. Yeah, she feels bad about it, and she's really hoping to get another chance with you. She just wants to know what the reason is, why you're not getting a hold of her.
Okay.
And for the record, she feels terrible about the Street Quiche situation. We heard about that.
Yeah.
She told you about that.
Yes.
I mean, if you're going to describe the date, it's a pretty big moment. Like, that would be the highlight, right?
Yeah.
So you think me vomiting everywhere was a highlight of the date?
Okay, that low light. I mean,
go.
just a definitely spotlight.
A memorable
of the
moment
yeah.
from the date.
Important.
I see.
Are you embarrassed? Is that why you're not calling her back?
No, I mean, I had a good time. You know, she's very nice.
Even with all that, you had a good time.
Before that,
Yeah.
that part wasn't real fun, but yeah, no, she's great. She's very nice.
She's great. Okay. I mean, did you guys have chemistry?
Yeah, we had fun. We chatted, had a bunch of food. You heard about the quiche fiasco, so yeah, she was nice to hang out with.
I don't understand.
So why aren't you calling this great, nice, fun girl to hang out with?
Bottom line, she just deserves, someone better than me. I can't be honest about my past. I haven't been dating for a while, and I was thinking I should get back into it or something, but she'd be much better off with somebody, than me.
That could handle their quiche.
No, that's terrible. Like, what do you mean? She really liked you a lot. Like, what could be so terrible in your past that makes you undateable for her?
I just think I shouldn't be dating. She deserves a guy that can just be wide open about everything, and that's just...
What can't you be open about with her? Did you get in trouble with the law or something?
Oh, I was thinking divorce.
No, it's not. It's not divorce. I don't think if she found out, I just don't think she could accept me. It's not a common kind of thing like that. So I keep saying it, but I think I just should not be dating right now, and especially with her, because she's great, and she took care of me when I was sick and all that kind of stuff. So she's really got that sweetness in her, and I am just
a terrible person.
Aww.
Well,
What?
in the past, yes. But it just not now.
Did you commit a crime or something? Like, you're painting yourself as a very negative person.
And you sound lovely.
Yeah.
Like, I would go have a beer with you.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible judge of character. Yeah, no quiche. Like, I don't think you're giving yourself a shot, man. You can't decide for other people what they can and they can't handle.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily need to lay stuff on others. There's a level, and mine's pretty excessive. So it just...
So yeah, just quit. Good idea.
So, okay. So whatever you did in your past is so bad that you think you deserve to never have love and be single the rest of your life. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. That's what I've been struggling with, the whole dating somebody. Meg was my first date, and she was great. And I just, it's kind of like either you hurt yourself, sports injury, let's step back on the field, but you're like, oh my gosh, no, I'm not ready at all. This is still very painful kind of thing. So I just...
Okay.
I don't think I need to drag her in.
Well, Sergey, how about this? Why don't we let Meg decide whether it's worth going out with you again? Because she's obviously interested. Maybe she should be the one that gets the final decision. Meg, don't you want to say in this?
Yeah, hi, Sergey.
Wait, Meg?
Yeah. So here's the thing, Sergey. Meg has been secretly listening on the other line to everything that you've been saying.
Why didn't you guys tell me she was listening?
I mean, hey, listen,
She heard all of that?
Yeah, I'm just glad you're doing okay, Sergey. Listen, I had a nice time, and I thought we had a connection, and people make mistakes, people have bad credit, people have criminal records, that's the past, but, it's weird to just disappear.
I don't even think you'll understand. Everything that everyone's naming is just so light compared to this. I don't think you would accept me into this. It's just...
I mean, you don't need to go into details, but try me.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm warning you, you're not going to like me after this, okay?
Oh, my God.
I can't go into a lot of detail, but a while back, I worked for some very bad people. You would know them as the cartel.
What? No way. He's like Narcos?
Wait, you were in... Okay, continue. Sorry, continue. Yeah. Cartel. Got it.
See, that's what I'm saying. You guys saying bad credit, all that. No, and I did... more than just selling drugs. If I hadn't escaped, I'd be dead. It's just...
Escaped?
Yeah.
Are you being honest? Are you making this up to get out of... is this the most elaborate way to, not to blow somebody off and be...
No.
Hold on. So can we clarify? You were in the cartel with bad credit, and that's why you can't go out with Meg.
Oh, Jeffrey. No, it is not the credit.
No, it had nothing to do with bad credit.
Okay, I'm just trying to get all the facts here.
Had to move to a different city, all that sort of thing. So that's why I can't open up. That's why talking about my past, it just doesn't work. I don't need to bring Meg into this, so...
Well, let Meg decide.
Yeah,
let
exactly.
Meg she has a mind.
Right, Meg. So see, it's not what you were thinking. It's just the cartel.
Wow.
Is that okay?
That's huge.
I can't say I saw that one coming, but yeah, we should take things slowly.
Very.
Very
that's
slow.
It's mixed though, right, Meg? Because part of that really scary. Another part of that kind of sexy for some reason.
Some girls want to date El Chapo.
It's a lot of things at one time.
That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. So as you were saying before, you can handle anything if you can accept this. Are you really interested?
Well, we could probably talk again, and it's nice to not feel as bad about the street quiche.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it.
So, Meg, are you getting cold feet about this now?
No, he's still the same person I talked to at urgent care. It's just more information.
Sound nervous.
But you know what, though? You're starting possibly a relationship in very open, honest way.
Right, and his credit is great. So
why do you keep going back to the credit?
Why are we focusing on
that was her thing. I don't know. She was obviously concerned about it before.
She doesn't care.
Meg, I'm free on Friday. What do you say?
Free from prison.
Free in general.
Well, I'll look at my calendar.
Well, hold on, Meg. You can't give your answer yet because if he's free on Friday and you agree, we'll actually pay for this date.
Yeah.
We will pay for you to go out with the ex-cartel member.
Well, I still have to go look at my calendar.
What?
Oh, no.
Do not say no to the cartel, man.
Yeah,
There's
I know.
movies about that.
He's got the hookups in Cancun. You do not want to miss out on this.
No.
Yeah, I knew I screwed up. You tell somebody once you're with the cartel and they just blow you off.
Words to live by. Yeah. But Sergey, thanks for being a good sport. Meg, come on. He's been through a lot between the cartel and the quiche.
Yeah.
Will you give him one more shot?
It might work again, but I do need to check my calendar, and that's the final answer.
Ouch.
Yep.
All right.
There we go. Thank you.
Oh, man,
I'm
so sorry.
I never knew I'd feel so bad for a cartel member.
I know, right?
Oh, buddy.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update is a little different from the others because the girl that's on the phone to do a second date update today has actually had 3 dates with the guy that she wants to call.
What?
Oh, that's breaking the rules. I mean, come on.
Normally the rule is 1 date and that's it.
Yeah.
Not 3 dates because that's kind of more of a relationship type
Yeah.
thing. And that's not a second date update. That'd be a 4th date update. But I went ahead and I talked to the girl, and she offered me $1,000 cash if we would do the second date update for her anyway. And you know what? Rules are meant to be broken sometimes. So, Kate, you will have my PayPal request in just a little while, okay?
Yes, I'll get it right out
All right.
to you.
You didn't know this second date update was going to cost you $1,000, did you, Kate?
Well, I didn't, but I mean, I hope it's worth it. I swear, when you hear the story, you're going to understand why.
Okay, so your email said that you've been out on 3 dates with this guy, and now he's just stopped calling you. Tell us a little bit about him.
Okay, so his name is Andrew.
Uh-huh.
It sounds really cheesy, but we were doing like a volunteer charity event, and we met there, and we were working together, so we just had a lot of time, to like hang out and talk and stuff. And, we had a connection, and he asked me out on a date, and since then, it's just kind of been like a whirlwind, you know what I mean?
Like you're super into him and you see this going into like relationship status?
Yeah, I mean, obviously not like right now at this moment because I'm calling you for a reason, but no, it was definitely like, I felt like it was headed in that direction, yeah.
What did you guys do for your dates? Dates, plural.
So my first date, it was actually really romantic. We went on one of those dinner cruises, which I probably would have hated if it was someone that I turned out not to be attracted to. But we had so much fun, like if I needed to be trapped on a boat with anyone, that would be the person that I would want to be trapped on a boat with.
That's actually a good idea for guys to take girls on a dinner cruise date for the first date because there's nowhere to go.
Yeah. But
I didn't think about that.
It does say that he was like really into you because if a guy is going to devote that much time and energy into a first date, he's obviously wanting to impress you.
Yeah.
Screw time and energy, just cash. That's not a cheap date at all. Okay, so you went on a dinner cruise. That's cool. What'd you do for your other dates?
Yeah. The next date, we went on one of those like wine and tasting events at a bar, which was, like super casual, and it was fun because there were other people there, and so we got to sort of like spend more time in a group of people and see what that dynamic is like. And it was really fun. And then my third one was so sweet because I was really stressed out at work, and I think I had mentioned it like a couple times in conversation. And so he booked us a couples massage.
What? That's like relationship status stuff.
Yeah. So we definitely like took our relationship to the next level after that. And I'm, like starting to feel emotionally connected to him and putting in, feelings and effort and time. And since then, it has been complete radio silence.
That's weird.
That is totally weird.
To put that much effort into all those dates.
I know.
And by effort, you still mean money, don't you?
Pretty much. But I mean, you don't buy somebody a couples massage if you don't care about them.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, I wouldn't spend that much money, and I just can't believe he's like spent that much money for just a hookup.
Right.
Like, that seems like a lot of work.
That was the first night you guys hooked up after the couples massage?
Yeah.
So he stopped calling you after the first night that you hooked up?
Yes, I know. And it's like textbook. I know, but the lead up is so confusing because it's, everyone's been in the hookup situation before, whether they like intended to or not. You know what I mean? And it usually doesn't have that much buildup. Usually someone doesn't put in that much time and effort and then go completely off the grid.
It sounds like he was doing all that just to get in your pants,
No,
if I'm
it
being
doesn't.
honest. Well, it does if he's doing all
Seriously, would you do that much?
I wouldn't know, but a lot of guys would. I mean, if he's putting in all that effort and then stops calling you the moment that you guys hook up, sounds like that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also, like, in my head, I'm kind of like wondering, was he like just getting out of a relationship and did he fix things? Did he go back to someone? And like all of it is totally like, if that were the case, life happens. Some kind of answer, just some kind of conversation telling me what happened.
That's where my mind goes to. I think, did you stay the night at his house?
Yeah.
What was it like in the morning?
It was really nice. It wasn't like hookup. You know what I mean? It's, when it's a hookup. You're a woman. Like, you've been there.
No, most women don't know when it's a hookup. I'll tell you that much.
I totally disagree with that. No.
I disagree, too. With
No,
that too.
most don't know. That's why there's clingy women who will text you after and think that they're in a relationship when they're not. It happens all the time. I'm sorry.
I think she's right. I think the majority of women know when a hookup is just a hookup.
I completely agree.
Okay, well, maybe the guy's a player, and he's really good at it, and you don't know.
If that's what he's doing, he's really good.
So I'm sure you've thought about it a ton then. If you don't think it's just a hookup thing and he was just kind of using you, then what do you think it is?
I'm trying to think of anything at this point. I mean, that's why I need your help.
I'm really interested to see why he would stop calling you after all those elaborate dates.
And leaving his house, that was the last time you've talked to him?
No, there have been like texts, like little texts, like, I've been busy. Like, oh, you're just suddenly so busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's like scheduling cruises and massages, and then all of a sudden his schedule just got so packed. All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Kate?
Yeah?
Seriously? I can't even believe that you want to call this dog back. Like, seriously, girl, you need to move on to greener pastures, okay? Because he totally used you, and now he's not calling you back, and I wouldn't even give him the time of day. You should not be doing a second date update. You need to move the along, all right? Snap out of it, girlfriend. Let's you and I go get some Cosmos and talk about this.
In your mind, this is how female conversations go, isn't it?
That was my conversation with Kate about moving on. Kate, are you about ready to call Andrew for your second date update?
Well, after that, I'm feeling really inspired.
Yeah, I bet. Empowered even, I'm sure.
The reason that I said that is Kate actually wants to call a guy that she has gone out on 3 dates with. They've all been pretty elaborate. The last one was a couple's massage. There was like a dinner cruise and stuff in there. Anyway, after they hooked up, after the third date, he stopped calling her. Hasn't responded to anything. So my first thought is that he just used her and just wanted to hook up with her, and now he's not calling her at all. That's why he's a dog, girl. Kate, what if that is the reason? Are you just going to let him have it?
I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah.
I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dialing the phone number.
Good.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Andrew.
Yeah, this is he.
Andrew, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
I'm calling you because we recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
I didn't submit for any contests or anything, guys.
Yeah, no, I know. This is not about a contest, actually. I just need a few minutes of your time.
In regards to...
In regards to a date that you went on. Actually, a few dates that you went on.
What?
Yeah, we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. You recently took a girl named Kate out. She told us a little bit about your dates. They were all very elaborate and very romantic, but now you're not calling her back and she's very confused.
I'm not sure what to say.
Well, you could start by telling us why you would blow her off after 3 dates.
It's not as simple as that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to sound confrontational with you. I just want to know what happened, and more than anything, she wants to know what happened because you guys went out on so many dates, and she said that they were all pretty romantic, and you seemed like you guys really liked each other.
Yeah. Just a weird situation. It's been in my head, and I'm just trying to figure this stuff out.
Does that mean that you are actually maybe in a relationship with somebody else?
No, certainly not. No.
Okay.
I wish it was that simple. It's more complicated than that.
Let me ask you a question, just an easy question to answer. Did you like Kate?
Yes, very much. Very much.
So you did?
I did and still do.
Okay, so you still do? Well, then why not offer her the respect of letting her know why you're not calling her back?
Well, I accepted a job offer in Germany that I couldn't turn it down.
You what?
I leave in a couple of weeks, actually, for Germany.
Whoa.
And that's why you're not calling her back?
Well, I feel strongly for her. I still know how to tell her, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to her. I just figured the easiest thing would be just to, disappear, fade away.
What are you talking about? Disappear? That's like the coward way out. You owe it to her to talk to her about what's going on.
Like I said, this is not an easy situation. I'm struggling as far as how to deal with this and what to do.
Why are you struggling so much with? I mean, you guys have been out on 3 dates. It's not like you've been dating for months and months and months and you're leaving.
Yeah.
Why not just call her and say, "Hey, I'm moving. Sorry, we can't see each other anymore."
I really like her a lot, but
Okay.
So you see a future with her. If you were going to stay here and Germany wasn't in the picture, there's no question in your mind that you guys would continue this?
if I was going to stay here, definitely. No question in my mind. Wow. But now that the reality is Germany, there's just no chance of that because, I'm moving.
You guys could maybe try a long distance thing.
That's not fair of me to ask her to do something like that. She's super sweet. She's gorgeous.
That's not
Yeah,
fair.
but how do you know? You don't know. I mean, you're putting your feelings on her. Like, you don't know how she would react to that.
Actually, I am putting her needs first. She doesn't deserve to be in a long-distance relationship like that with someone. She deserves someone who's going to be there with her, contributing to her life. I'm putting her needs way above mine. You know,
man.
I just don't know what to say.
It sounds like you really like her a lot.
Yeah, I do.
Man, that sucks. Like, honestly, if I were in your position, that would be hard.
Yeah.
To meet somebody that I guess it sounds like you're falling for, and then you're like, man, now I got to move.
Jeez.
Yeah, it sucks.
But some consolation, German chicks can be kind of hot.
Okay, Jubal, that's not where we're going with
Andy's gonna be
this.
making more money, obviously.
Can I ask one question, though? Did you know that you were going to Germany before that last couples massage slept together night?
No. In fact, this was from a previous situation I had that developed over the course of 3 or 4 months. So I thought that the opportunity had kind of fizzled out, but it turns out it was just taking a little bit more time, and then they made me an offer. I have to jump on this.
Okay,
You know, I'm just really excited about this Germany thing. It's the dream job I've always wanted, but at that same time, you know, I feel like I could be missing out and not being able to share something like that with someone like her.
Well, then why not just talk to her about it?
I agree.
I know it's early on in your relationship, but why not just talk to her?
Man, easier said than done, guys.
Not really, because she's actually on the line listening.
Excuse me?
I said she's on the other line and listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
So there's that.
Kate's on the phone.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Hi. I don't really know what to say. This is a lot.
You've been on the phone the whole time?
The whole time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I stopped calling you. It was the only way that I saw to handle this.
It's okay. I don't really know what I would have done in this situation either. I wish you would have told me.
But what
you didn't
should
even
I have said?
mention
You know,
that
that's
you
the thing.
applied. I know. I didn't even know that you even applied. You know, like you didn't even, that wasn't mentioned. Just in regular conversation. You know what I mean? So it's really out of left field.
Well, I honestly thought that prospect had kind of just fizzled out long before I even met you. So it just kind of popped out of nowhere again.
It just really sucks because I have strong feelings for you.
I have strong feelings for you too. It's just not fair for you. It's not fair for us. You know, life is just not on our side, it seems.
Well, Andrew, maybe life is on your side, and that's why you guys are being connected in a second date update to talk about it.
I guess. I think about you every day, and I want, a long-distance relationship is really, really hard, and it's not fair of me to even imply something like that, or even ask that. It's only been 3 dates, but, I can't stop thinking about you, so my heart says something, and my mind says something different,
Kate, I'm just going to ask for you. Would you do a long-distance relationship? I don't know. Somebody's got to step in and ask her what her opinion is on that whole matter.
I don't know. I don't know because it's not really being put on the table. It's not like a real question. So I don't know. It's so soon and it's so new. And in general, would I do a long distance relationship? Like in general in life, would I consider it? Well, yeah, I would, but it's not really what's being asked right now.
Well, the simple fact of the matter is, long distance relationships suck. This is really hard. My heart says something and my mind says something different. I'm thinking that I just need to sever this, cut this off, but I can't stop thinking about you. So I'm feeling like I need to ask you to go with me, I know that's crazy. I shouldn't have even said that. I'm sorry. I should not have gone that. I feel like I just feel like I'm falling for you,
You don't want me to go with? We've been on 3 dates. We can't. That's not like a real. That's not a real question.
Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, Andrew, but I don't think you were actually asking her to go with you. I think you were saying that's the way you feel.
I'm just not sure at this point. This phone call is really, it's even more confusing now, it seems like, but.
Dude, it sounds like to me that if she would say yes, that is exactly what you're asking.
I wouldn't want to ask her that. That's just a huge bombshell to drop on somebody. It's a lot of pressure to put on her.
Let's play a game, Andrew. Let's put this relationship 7 months down the road. If you guys have been dating for 7 months, would you ask her to go with you to Germany?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I just got
Kate, what do you think about that?
If you were dating 7 months, would you go?
This is like all like a hypothetical situation. I mean, if we had been dating in the same way that it's been, if we just continued down the same path that we started, I don't see why I wouldn't consider it.
But you guys have a couple weeks or whatever till you leave. I mean, you could bond. You could spend every day together. You could see how it goes up until then. And then maybe in 6 months, she could come join you.
You got it all figured out, Brooke.
Yeah, she does. I'm so excited.
You know, this whole thing is just crazy, you know? So let's just step back and let Kate process this.
Well, how about you guys process together? Would you like to go out on a fourth date with Kate? We will pay for you guys to go out again at least before you leave.
Yeah, talk about it.
Kate, you want to go?
I mean, yes, of course.
Yes.
All right. Well, keep us
So cute.
keep us updated on what happens.
Okay.
Oh, all right. We'll try.
All right. And until you leave, Andrew, I want you guys to process as much as possible.
Okay.
Just keep processing every night until you leave, okay? Just got a text in at 78592 that says, OMG, I need them to get married.
I feel the same way. I am right there with you.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning, talking about today's second date update. This girl named Kate wanted to call a dude named Andrew. They have actually gone out on a few dates, so technically it wasn't a first date, and then she's not getting a call back. They'd gone out a few times. He stopped calling her back, and of course she was wondering why. It's kind of weird. Well, we got him on the phone, and it turns out that he actually really liked her a lot. They both like each other a lot. But he got a job offer in Germany, and it's like his dream job, so he's like, well, I'm going to be leaving. So what's the point of continuing this? It's just going to be bad for both of us. I can't ask her to do a long distance thing 3 dates in. And then he was like, well, I mean, maybe you could move with me in like 7 months or something if we continue the relationship.
Romance is still alive, people.
And she said that she would be willing to think about it because they both like each other enough. So I guess they're going to work on things and talk about it and figure out where their relationship is headed and if they can make it work from Germany. But everybody texting in at 78592 is just in love with today's
Oh my God.
new sweetheart couple.
Do you know why? Because people love love. Yeah. And I love them for that.
People are
it
like,
really makes me so happy. I mean, you don't want this girl to regret, right? I mean, even if it doesn't work out, at least you tried and then you know.
Of course.
Yeah. People are texting in at 78592 saying they're crying in their car for these guys.
Well, it's so romantic.
They're going to be so disappointed if these two get together and they're like, well, we went out on our fourth date and I don't know, man.
Went
Like,
to Germany 2 months later, he cheated on me.
yeah. The whole thing is just screwed up now. Thanks a lot for doing that second date update and having us go out again and planning our future because my life is wrecked. I can't get back from Germany now. I don't have enough money because I moved out for this dude. So it can either go really well or really bad. We'll try to keep you updated on that. Every once in a while, we'll get back in touch with the people who do the second date updates. This is obviously one that we'll have to ask them in a few months how things are going. It could be very happy or very sad.
I'm staying optimistic about it.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
It's crazy to me how many people have actually been ditched in the middle of a date at a restaurant.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my God. As a former server, I've seen it, and it's awkward for everyone involved.
Oh.
Even us.
Oh, yeah. Over the years, we've talked with a lot of them. People wondering, what did I do wrong?
Right.
Was it that my hair was messed up? Did my breath stink? Just because I pulled it out doesn't mean they need to run away.
Okay. That, I don't...
No, Jeffrey.
I don't think you're talking about your spoon, are you?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Usually when we talk to those people, the person who needs our help is the ditchee.
Yeah.
Not the ditcher.
Of course.
But today, it's a little bit different. That's who's on the phone with us for a second date update.
The person that walked out is on the phone.
Mhm.
Wait,
what?
Who?
Her name is Jocelyn, and Jocelyn, you're basically admitting that you're a total backstabbing ditch.
Well, I'm not admitting that. I'm admitting that I ditched someone, but I'll tell you why.
Yeah, you got a hard hill to climb up right now,
Okay.
Jocelyn. I'm going to tell you that there's a lot of people who are already judging.
Yeah, so tell us the name of the guy you were being a ditch to.
Stop calling her that.
She was a ditch.
I know she was a ditcher, but don't say it.
Who
okay?
did you leave at the restaurant, Jocelyn?
Well, the guy's name is Grant, and I met him through a friend of a friend.
Oh,
Okay.
retro.
Yeah.
Retro.
I mean, but that's even worse because that gets dicey, right? Friend of a friend. So if you ditch someone on a date and they're a friend of a friend, did you also ruin friendships? Like, there's a lot on the line for you right now, Jocelyn.
Well, it hasn't gone that far yet. This only happened a couple days ago, so we'll see.
All right, so tell us about your date. What happened?
Well, when we met, we were writing back and forth, and then he asked me to dinner.
Okay.
And I really didn't know him very well. I just thought, he's kind of pre-screened because we know people in common. And,
right.
And we were having a good time. Like, I didn't know whether we would have anything to talk about, but it turns out that we're both runners and,
Yeah, you ran right out of that restaurant.
That's what it is. She was proving into how fast she was.
Yeah, sorry, I got
That's
hit my
cute.
step limit.
Yeah.
So sorry, keep going. What else happened?
Okay, well, yeah, we bonded over that and how much we like it.
Yeah.
And so then Grant said that he has to use the bathroom.
Okay, and up until this point, you're thinking, oh, wow, this is going great.
Yes, but let me tell you what happened when he said he had to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
It was weird because from where I was sitting, I could see him talking to someone in the doorway of the bathroom, but I couldn't see who it was that he was talking to.
Okay, so he's talking to another person over by the bathroom.
Yeah, which was kind of weird because I didn't think we knew anybody there. But anyway, then when he came back to the table, he was different. He was like all sweaty and nervous. And I tried to start up the conversation again, but he was so distracted, and then he had to go use the bathroom again.
Okay.
That was like a drug deal?
I mean, my first thought is actually he has like some sort of bowel issue, but
Yeah, or food poisoning something.
No, you were right when you said the drug deal, I think, because then he was talking to another person again. I mean, they passed something back and forth to each other, and I thought, forget this. Is he using our date to cover up a drug deal?
Oh my God.
I was kidding. That's terrible.
You're being serious?
You see why I walked out? Because I've had issues in the past with my ex was a drug addict. I don't need to get involved with any of that.
So wait, he's at the bathroom and you see him pass something to somebody else, and that's when you're just like, screw it, and left?
Right. It just gave me a really bad feeling. I don't want any part of that. And I just thought, that's just not normal. And I just went outside and ducked into a nearby store.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know much about how drug deals work, but I do know a lot about what happens inside restaurant bathrooms. So this checks out. This definitely checks out, Jocelyn. I think for sure he was doing drugs.
Don't ask him.
Either doing it or selling it or whatever. And I saw him out there looking for me. And I just stayed hidden until I saw him leave. And, he's been texting me a lot, am I okay, and what happened? And honestly, I don't know what to tell him.
Well, I mean, we're all assuming it's a drug deal, but I don't know, maybe his special seasoning that he wanted to put on his...
Yeah, you got that, Mrs. Dash? Let's go. We gotta hurry. I want
Just
a
saying,
date.
there could be another plausible thing. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's what I thought, too, that there could be some other explanation. It's just, if you guys could have seen what I saw, when he came back, he was like a different person. He was like shaky and sweating, and it was really weird.
See, that's what's weird.
Well, he may have just been nervous for being on a great date with you.
But how are you not nervous off the get-go? You
Right.
get more nervous through the date? It's normally opposite.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of signs that are pointing against him right now.
Yes.
Are you wanting to hear him out? You wanting to accuse him? What is our plan of attack here?
Hey, crackhead!
Well, I really want you guys to help me figure out what to do. Like, should I hear him out? Should I never talk to him again? Should I ask him straight up, what happened? Why were you acting like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we're going to have to talk to him again if we want to continue with the second date update. So
Yeah.
if it's not the drug deal, would you consider giving him another shot?
I think I might, but I don't know what explanation it's going to be. I mean, you never know, so I'm open to the possibility.
All right. Well, we're going to play a song, give this guy a call, and then get your second date update, okay?
Thanks, you guys.
All right. Hold on.
All she wanna do is party all night. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, we've got Jocelyn on the phone. And Jocelyn walked out on her date, Grant, halfway through dinner because she's pretty sure she may have seen him possibly buying drugs over by the restaurant bathrooms. And if I've learned anything from the DARE program, it's that drugs are bad?
That DARE program didn't work.
Sorry, I
It
wasn't.
really
They may have
didn't.
changed it since I was in it for however long ago that was. But anyway, Jocelyn ditched him after that. She hasn't responded to any of his calls or texts yet. Instead, she wants us to reach out to him and figure out what was really happening that night. So, Jocelyn, are you ready to do this?
Yes, I'm ready.
And, he could have been selling drugs, too. Could have been the other way around. Maybe he would have paid for your dinner, Jocelyn. You just didn't get him a chance to do it.
I don't think that's better, just so you know.
Okay. I think this will be good because you'll be able to hear him talking to us and you'll be able to tell if he's lying or not.
Unless he's on drugs.
Yeah.
True.
People on drugs are usually not very smart, Jeffrey.
You would know.
Okay.
All right.
All
So we're going to call Grant here in a second. Are you ready, Jocelyn?
I'm ready. I'm up for hearing him out.
Okay. I'm going to dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Grant, please?
This is Grant.
Took you a while to remember that. Hey, Grant. My name's Young Jeffrey. I work for a radio station called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi. Why are you calling?
We're hoping you could sell us something.
No.
Information.
Yeah, we need to know something.
Yes.
Sure.
Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Grant. We're doing something called the second date update. Have you ever heard about that before?
I mean, yeah, maybe.
That's solid.
Mhm.
We'll take it.
Well,
Better than most people.
just as a reminder, in case you haven't heard it, it's where if you go out with someone and then afterwards you can't get a hold of them, we'll call and try and figure out why.
All right.
This one's kind of different, though.
Yeah. The weird thing is, in this scenario, you are actually reaching out to the person. So it's a little bit backwards.
Okay.
Yeah, the person.
Am I not being clear?
No, the person who ditched you, Grant, contacted us. They haven't been contacting you.
Right.
As you can tell, this is confusing.
Okay.
A little bit.
The whole point is, do you know who we're talking about?
Do we know what
I don't
we're
know what I'm talking about.
He's like, am I high?
I think I know what you're talking about. Is it Jocelyn?
Yes.
See?
We did it.
We got there.
You get me, Grant.
I probably would have gotten there a lot quicker if you just said her name at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
You would think.
The thing is, Jocelyn wanted us to reach out to you because we want to know what happened from your perspective on that date.
Yeah, I've been trying to call her to ask her about it, but did she tell you why she left?
She kind of hinted at it, but it would. I think it would really help us if we got your perspective on what happened first.
Okay. She was really nice and like really pretty, and I thought it was going well. Like we talked about travel and runners. We both run, which I thought it was going really well. And I came back from the bathroom, and then she was gone.
But she said that you went to the bathroom twice.
Sure.
She mentioned that you did look kind of nervous and sweaty after you would make a trip to the restroom.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
I mean, in her words, you came back and you were a totally different person. After you went to the bathroom, you came back, you were nervous. It was weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You try to do something good for someone, and it just blows up in your face.
What? What is that?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I wish I could have talked to her a few days ago. I mean, it didn't have to reach this level. Like, this is a little ridiculous.
Okay, well, look, you don't have to tell us what the situation is. Maybe you wouldn't mind just telling Jocelyn.
That's what I've been trying to do, but she doesn't want to talk to me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're actually going to have an opportunity to talk to her right now because she's been on the phone listening this whole time.
What? Are you kidding?
No, she's there. Jocelyn?
Grant, this is Jocelyn.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Why haven't you been returning my calls? I've been calling you endlessly.
I thought that something shady was going on.
Oh,
I didn't know what you were doing, and, I have a history with an ex who was into drugs, and I thought maybe something like that was going on, and it just freaked me out.
All right. I mean, if you had answered your phone, I could have explained this. Just like it could have been between us, and there couldn't be, like a radio station involved. Like this.
Wait, was it drugs?
No, it wasn't drugs. Oh my God.
Then what happened?
What was it?
Look, okay, our friend that set us up mentioned that it was your birthday, and I was like talking to the waiter. They were going to come and they were going to give you a cake, and I had to go in the back because they didn't have candles, and so I had to tip him to go get the candles, and they were going to do something nice for your birthday. It was going to be like a whole cake and candles, and they were going to sing, and it was going to be great, and you left.
That's why you were nervous.
You were paying a waiter to give her a birthday cake.
And give her candles for the cake.
No, they didn't have candles. Like, they had to go out and get them. Like the birthday candles, they were out.
I feel awful. I had no idea.
Wait, Jocelyn, do you believe him? Like a baggie of candles?
Who said a baggie was involved?
I don't know. That's just what I visioned.
I do believe him. I feel terrible. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It's because I've been through in the past, I guess. It just triggered something, and I got really scared. I hope you can forgive me.
I don't know. I'm a little frustrated, to be honest.
Dude, I don't blame
you. Have a right to be. I hope maybe you can understand that I really thought there was something shady because I don't know you very well. And that's so sweet that you were trying to do that for me. That was really sweet.
I mean, just like the level of conclusions that you jumped to.
Yeah, why would you jump straight to drugs, Jocelyn?
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't at all.
Like I said, I've been through that in the past, and I really thought that that's what was happening.
I still kind of think it was what was happening. I don't know. Am I the only, cynic over here? Are you sure, Grant?
I used to be a server. People would have to bring in their own candles and flowers.
Exactly. Like, I probably could have prepared better going into it.
Yeah.
But the restaurant's supposed to have candles. Am I wrong?
Not all of them. It depends.
I guess.
I mean...
All right. What color candles were they?
Brooke!
I just want to make sure he's telling the
Brooke
truth.
does not buy it.
Red.
Reasonable.
So,
That's the color, Brooke?
So Jocelyn, you believe him? You really believe that it was...
I do. I really believe. I'm glad I'm hearing this now. I feel really bad.
All right. Well, in that case, if this is really what happened... We would like to send you guys out on a second date. If you'll both agree to go out again, we'll pay for it. We're not going to pay for candles for another cake, but...
Or drugs.
Or drugs.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay for either of those things, but we will pay for a dinner.
I definitely would like to, and I hope you will too, Grant. I hope we can just start this over again.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it. This is kind of a lot right now.
Ooh.
Okay. Wow.
I understand. I hope that you'll decide to go out. I mean, I usually communicate much better than that. I just was really freaked out.
I mean, seriously, Grant, you accuse a guy one time of being a drug dealer, and then suddenly he doesn't want to go out with you again. I don't really get it.
All right, well, whatever you guys decide to do, will you guys keep us updated on if you guys will go out again or not?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated, I guess.
Such enthusiasm.
No, you're very nice. I like you. I'm very sorry. I hope we can get together again.
I don't want you to call the feds if I have to go take a leak. You know what I mean?
That would be amazing.
Goal number 2, CIA.
All right, Jocelyn. Well, sorry we couldn't get you a second date. And I guess happy birthday?
Yeah. Question mark.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.